guys, SpeedyConman here, and welcome to my very first redstone contraption video. And here, I have a railroad crossing. Has the flashing lights, the bells, the gates, and the signs. They say stop here when flashing, do not stop on tracks, and this one in capital letters saying railroad crossing. Okay. Oh, and I also put gold blocks under here to make them sound like a bell. Okay. Now let's get to the demonstration here. Oh, first I'm going to show you these detector rails that make the track railroad crossing do what it has to do. So when the minecart gets over here, these bells will start ringing and lights will start flashing. And once it gets over here, it'll close these gates. And then once it gets over here, everything will shut off. Okay, let's get to the demonstration with the minecart actually moving. Okay, there we go. Once it gets to that pressure plate, it'll start flashing, the bells will start ringing, the lights will flash, and once it gets over there, the gates will close. Once it gets over here, everything will turn off. Okay. Now let's get to the explanation here, shall we? Okay. So right here I at this detector rail, which makes the lights start flashing and the bells ring. First, it'll power this redstone trail right here. It'll go on for 15 blocks. It'll come to this repeater because after 15 blocks, it'll be too weak to go any farther. So you need a repeater to bring it all the way back up to its full power again. And then it'll go to this repeater after 15 blocks, powering this block, which will power this redstone right here. It'll split right here. Now down here, it'll go through this repeater, going through this block to this repeater. Or this piston will get powered once that repeater goes through this block, and it'll push this block up, and which it will turn it off. So it only goes on for a low pulse. Now right here after the block, you have to have the repeater so it's at 2 ticks, not 1. Or it has to be at least 2 ticks in order for it to be a good enough pulse to power stuff. Okay, and how this loop works is that I have a loop right here which powers the lights. It'll go through here. It'll power this block, which will turn off this redstone torch. Redstone torches are like NOT gates, if you know what NOT gates are. And then once this redstone torch turns off, this redstone torch will be free to turn on, and it'll power this light right here. And then it'll go through these 2 repeaters together. They're at 0.8 of a second. And they're each at 0.4. And it'll go to this block right here powering it, which will turn off this redstone torch. We'll let this one turn on, which will power this light right here. And then and once the block gets powered, it'll go through this redstone right here, and go through these repeaters at taking 8/10 of a second, and then it'll just go back to this block, and then it'll just continue on like that. Oh, what is that cow doing in the tracks? Oh, getting tired of these animals getting in the tracks. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, and then it goes through this redstone trail right here. It'll go through this repeater powering this block, which will power this redstone right here. And then once it goes through this repeater, it'll go through this block with a sticky piston under it and get to this repeater, and then it'll just do the exact same loop with these lights. But practically it is at a higher level than this loop. But but you might wonder how the lights will even turn off. Well, we'll get to that once we reach this dirt detector rail. Okay, and then over here it'll go through this repeater powering this block, which will power this redstone right here. It'll power this repeater going through this block with a sticky piston under it, and go through this two-tick repeater. The dirt block will soon get pushed up. And then it'll power this block right here, which will turn off this redstone torch. It'll allow this one to turn on. And then it'll power this, which will power this speaker right here. And then it'll go through this repeater. It'll go through here, and then it'll power this note block, and then it'll go through this repeater and just power this note block again, and it'll just continue on doing that over and over and over again until it turns off. Until the minecart goes over this. And then with this one, this is for the gates. It'll power this redstone right here, and then it'll go down here, and then this thing is what I like to call a forever loop. But it doesn't mean it just goes over and over forever. It means that the whole thing stays on forever, because it'll go through this one-tick repeater, and then it'll go through this redstone. It'll reach this one before, or it would even turn off. And it'll stay on like that, and it'll go through this repeater, which is at 2/10 of a second here. And then it'll power this block, which will turn off this redstone torch, which will turn on this one. And it'll power this piston right here, which will push this fence right here to keep people from crossing. And it also goes down here to power the other gate. It'll go through here. It'll power this block, which will turn off this redstone torch, which will turn on this one, which will power this piston, which will push this fence over here. Now these pistons are sticky, so they can pull them back. Normal pistons cannot pull stuff back. Okay, and then over here, lastly is this third detector rail. I'll power this redstone piece right here. It'll split, and it'll go down here. It'll power this repeater, and then and right here we have another forever loop. And then it'll go over here, and then this piston will push this dirt block or grass block right here, and it'll push it to over here to break the circuit. You notice that it's not connected through here, right? And then once it's moved, it is connected. See the difference? Then over here, these repeaters will go on for will give a delay for 2 seconds, and then it'll go through this redstone, and then it'll power this to cut the forever loop to break it. And then down here, it's kind of the same with the lights over here. Oh, what is that chicken doing, laying eggs all over my contraption? And that is not acceptable. What was that? I wonder how those guys keep getting hurt. Maybe the redstone torches. What was that? Well, and then there's another forever loop here. There's a block that breaks the circuit right here. And with these repeaters together at a 2-second delay, and it'll power this block, which will power this trail of redstone right here, which will power this, which will break this forever loop right here. And, okay. And it'll go up here, and for the speakers, it'll go up here, powering this block, which will turn off this redstone torch. And it'll turn on this one, which will power this, which will go on these forever loops. And then it'll go over here, and then it'll power this one, which will turn off this side of the loop for speakers. And then over here, it also goes to another piston, which breaks this side of the loop. And then of course it has these repeaters. There's going on for a 2-second delay, and then it'll go through this redstone and it'll power these, which will break these forever loops right here. And then also, it will also, for the gates, it'll go over here, and it'll power this repeater after 15 blocks, and then it'll power this block, which will power this redstone right here, and then it'll go up here to power this piston right here, and then it will break this forever loop right here. So, that's it for how it works. Let's do 2 more tries on it. We'll have one where I'm riding and one on with this heavy minecart, the minecart with furnace coming. There it goes, the lights are flashing, and then those gates close, this is ringing, and these pistons. Okay. Hi, get back here! I'm not. Ah. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna place this back. And then this time I'm gonna be riding myself. Now, passenger minecarts are way faster than minecarts with furnaces, because minecarts with furnaces are way heavier. There it goes, it's ringing. And then it just turned off. Okay, let me turn this Missed it. Guess I'll have to... Ah! Now it's off in the other direction. There we go. Whew, finally. Well, that's it for... Alright,